Welcome to the Art of Likeability, where you learn the secrets to becoming more likable in all areas of your life. Increasing your likability improves your relationships, and improved relationships increases your success in all areas of your life. Let's jump in with your host, Arel Moody.
What's going on, family? Arel Moody here, host of the Top Career Podcast, The Art of Likeability, where we teach you how to build relationships and success and likability so that you can have more happiness and more success. And if you don't want more success and happiness, why are you listening to this podcast? This is the wrong one. You should listen to something else, because that's what we about, baby. We about success, happiness, and all that fun stuff. All right, y'all. I got a really important likability one for you. This one is, man, you are going to become a hero to your clients, to your coworkers, to anyone you communicate with. This one is big, and it drives me crazy how many people don't know this. And if they know it, they don't apply it. So they don't know it, because if you know something, you apply it. If you don't know it, if you know it but you don't apply it, you don't know it. You know what I'm saying? Was that, I don't know, confusing? All right. So I want to talk about email. You get a bunch of email. I know you do. You're a professional. You're trying to make your dreams happen. A lot of people need to communicate with you. You get a bunch of emails. Now, if someone emails you and you cannot answer them in the moment, send a very quick reply that says, I've received your email. I'll get back to you in the next 24 hours with a reply. Send. The thing that's interesting, a lot of people say, well, if it's important, why doesn't somebody call me? Yes, if it's like your house is on fire, I'll give you a phone call. Someone will call you immediately for sure. But sometimes people, it's a preferred mode of communication. They've got 50,000 things they need to do in a day, and they would much rather shoot off 20 emails to 20 different people than make 20 phone calls. Because when you do a phone call, sometimes you have to do a lot of small talk and pleasantries that extends a conversation. Emails can help you get much quicker to the point. You should always use a softening statement in the email before you ask for something. Don't just say, John, send me the paperwork. Bill, right? That's a bad email. You want to say something like, hey, John, I hope all's going well. Really excited about the project we're working on. Hoping you can send me that paperwork when you get a chance. Look forward to seeing it. Sincerely, Bill. Doesn't take much more time to write the second version than the first one. It's a lot nicer. But this is the idea I want you to catch, okay? A lot of people send emails, and when someone sends an email, especially, I can't stress to you, if you're in a client relationship role in any way, if you're a sales professional, or if you deal directly with clients, speedy responses is so important. Oh my goodness. I literally have gotten business. So, if a lot of you don't know, I do speaking engagements. I do speaking all over the country. And if a client reaches out to me to speak, I have a goal that I will respond to them as soon as I possibly can. And if I can't give them a full answer, I will acknowledge I've received their email and will respond later. People won't like you for this. They will love you for this. Because a lot of times people send emails and they're sitting around, they're like, yo, did John get my email? Did they get it? Then a day goes by and they didn't get a reply and they're getting nervous. And you read it. So on your side of the fence, you're like, yeah, I got that email. I know it needs to be addressed. I'm going to address it when I have some time. No biggie. But people aren't mind readers. Please remember this. People are not mind readers. They have no idea if you've read your email. So don't make it difficult for them. Very simply, let them know, hey, thanks so much. I received it. I'll get back to you in a day or so. Or, hey, I received this. I need some time to think about a good answer. I'll get back to you. Thanks for sending. It's a simple thing. You can come up with even canned responses that you can just copy and paste if you need to. I wouldn't recommend it, because then, if someone gets the same reply over and over, it's too much. But you could do that if you needed to. The key is, if you have an email, what a lot of people do, and tell me if you've ever done this, okay? I want you to think about your past behaviors. They look at their email. They see these you have your junk emails and things that don't need any kind of response because they're a bulk email or spam or whatever. But you get an email that needs your attention. You click on it, you open it up, you read it, and you go to yourself, man, I can't handle this right now. I'll do it later. So then you mark it as unread. And then you say, I'll get back to it later. In that moment, if you open an email and you read it and you need to get back to it later, immediately email the person and say, hey, receive the email, need a little bit more time to give you a proper response. I'll get back to you soon. Send. that people will love you for that. Because yes, it may take you a day or 2 days to put everything together that they need, but don't wait. A lot of people say, well, I don't want to message them until like I'm ready to give it to them. Trust me, people would much rather that you acknowledge that you have received it. They know it's been received. They know you're working on it and they can mentally move on. But if you don't, it starts building anxiety up inside of them. And that anxiety causes people to feel unhappy and they have resentment towards you. It may not be like crazy big resentment, but I promise you, the person who's like fast and responds to emails quickly is a happy camper to work with. Now, a lot of people have different philosophies about email. I get that. Like if anyone who follows Tim Ferriss, he's like, I only check emails at 11 and at 4. That works for him. I think that's great. If you're at that point in your life where you can shut people down like that, fantastic. I come from a perspective of when I deal with my clients, I'm being hyper responsive. That's my goal. I want to get back to them fast. I want them to feel like they had this amazing experience working with me. That's my philosophy. Now, is Tim right and me wrong, or am I right and Tim wrong? It depends on who you are. But what I can tell you is that if you do not respond to people fast, they will get annoyed. If you don't respond to customers fast, they will not have a good customer service experience. So if you can't be the one to do it, you got to set up a system, or you have to have an assistant or someone to do it for you. If you can't have someone else to do it for you, man, listen, reply to people's emails. If it's something that is, if you open an email and it's a quick response, if you can respond to someone's email in less than 2 minutes and you can shut that conversation down completely, like it doesn't need any open threads. In 2 minutes you can say, hey, yeah, I'm gonna meet you at 4:00 on Thursday, look forward to it, send. Like something like that. Do it in a moment. Don't wait. A lot of people do, and this is interesting to me. They say, oh, I don't have time to respond to my emails right now. So what they do is they'll open up their emails and then they'll read like 6, 7, or 8 emails, read them, mark them as unread, and then say, I'll get back to this later. And it took them in that time, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 minutes because they didn't have time to check email right now, but they read those, or it takes them 10 minutes. You add an extra 25 seconds per email and just send a quick reply, letting people know that you got it and you'll get back to it later. Then feel free to mark it as unread, and or star it or flag it or put it in a folder, whatever your email organization system is, and get back to it at a later point. But if you can get back to it, and if it's something that you can do right now, don't wait, because what happens is you wait and then you got a bunch of these 2-minute emails that are piled up. And then something that should take you 2 minutes now takes you 30 minutes. It's like washing dishes. I struggle with this. It's not easy for me to do. I don't do it all the time. But if you washed your dish right after you used it, you would never have a sink full of dishes. It may take you 2 minutes after you eat to wash, your forks, knives, spoons, and bowls and whatnot. But it's much easier on the brain to do that than to sit down for 45 minutes and wash a sink full of dishes, right? You intellectually understand that that's true. The email thing is the same way. Please take your time to send a quick response to someone, or in that moment respond. If you're in sales in any way, customer support is so important. People hate when they feel like they're not important. You have to make your customers feel like they're number one. And if you want to make friends around the office, you want to make people around the office feel like they're number one too. So if you get emails from your coworkers or different departments, hit them back with the same response. It works. And people will love you for it. People will say, yo, you're such a team worker. This person is so responsive. That's how you get hired. That's how you get promotions. That's how you get raises, because people like working with you. So make it easy for people to like working with you. Everyone deals with so many emails nowadays. If you can increase your likability on that platform, people will absolutely love you. So start giving this a try. All right. Send quick responses. If somebody reaches out to you, boom, hit them with something quick. If somebody needs something that's longer than a quick response, hit them with the, thank you so much, I've received your email. I need a little bit more time to properly think through it, and I'll get back to you soon, or I'll get back to you in the next 24 hours. And then get back to them when you have more time. But I promise you, your customers will love you. They'll feel so supported. It's a breath of fresh air when people are responsive and nice. And that shouldn't be the case. But it is. Like when somebody, if I email someone and they get back to me within 5 minutes, I'm like, man, I love this. It makes me want to work with them more because I can trust them. And people feel like if you're responsive, they can trust you. So give this a try. Please do this, okay? Your life will change. You'll be so much more likable, and it will just make you so much happier, and you'll have so much more success. And if you don't want more success and more happiness and better relationships, you're at the wrong podcast. You just wasted 10 minutes of your time. You could have been doing something else. You could have been watching Instagram videos or Vine videos or, playing on YouTube. But you clearly want success. That's why you're here. That's why you want to be more likable. And I hope you do it. And I hope you get a lot of result and success from it. As always, let me know what you think, man. I absolutely love talking to y'all, man. Listen, we've got literally thousands of people that are listening to the podcast. We've, it's just tens of thousands of people. It's fantastic. And I get all these great tweets and Facebook messages and LinkedIn messages and emails and websites. People go on my website dropping questions. I love it. So please, if you haven't reached out to me yet, could you reach out to me? Yeah, I'm seriously, you right now, imagine my voice is sending you an email. It's like, say what's up. Let me know what you think about the podcast. And then you're going to be like, dude, I got you. And then send me a message. And if you don't want to send me a message, that's cool. Something else you could do, you can leave a comment on iTunes. There's a rating system if you didn't know this. So the more that this can get rated, the more it can help people. And I know it's funny because actually I spoke to someone about the podcast. This is real funny. And they're like, I don't want to share the podcast with anyone because I don't want everyone else knowing all these secret ninja tricks and stuff. I just want to keep it all to myself. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. But the truth is, the more people we share with, the better the entire world will be. So please feel free to share this with your friends. If you think there's people that can benefit from it, let them know about it. Leave a comment, leave a rate, give a 5-star rating, leave a review. Make sure you subscribe so you get the podcast fresh delivered to you. We're not on a schedule yet. We do at least one a week. Sometimes it's on Tuesday, sometimes it's on Wednesday. I do a lot of traveling and a lot of speaking, so it's like I don't want to commit to a certain day, unfortunately, because I don't want to disappoint y'all. But I will do one every week. So if you subscribe, you never have to worry about missing an episode because whenever I put it out, it's hot and fresh onto your podcast listening device. So whether you're on Stitcher or iTunes, make sure you subscribe so you can get it, okay? So I'm out this piece. I'll see y'all next week, maybe sooner. You don't know. If you subscribe, you won't have to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Sending you a big old high five. You are awesome.
Thanks for listening to The Art of Likeability. Please remember to subscribe to the podcast for more awesome info on how you can improve your likability and improve your life. Until next time, remember, you are awesome!